up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Real Spit from a Gangsta Gone Legit. Before we get started, I'm going to need you to hit that like and smash that subscribe button. Today, we have my man Exit Fame, a rapper from out of Boston who has a real intriguing story, and I need you guys to listen real close, all right? So what's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Thank you for having me, though.
Man, appreciate you being here, bro.
Thank you.
So let's get right into it, brother. Who's Exit Fame?
Man, Exit Fame, man. First and foremost, man, I'm a Christian, a man of God. From Boston. I'm a father of 3. And yeah, man, just a visionary, I feel, and just on an assignment for the Lord, just trying to do what's right, and just coming for my people in the street. That's who I am.
Okay, that's what's up. So, where did you come up at? What part of Boston are you from?
Well, you know, there's always a controversy on Faiston Street. It's half Roxbury, we right at the border. Half Roxbury, half Dorchester. I'm on the 02121 side. I'm on Dorchester. You know, yeah. But Faiston Street pretty much is where I reside, where I came from. Pretty much my whole life, man. Yeah, I would say that.
So have you had any affiliations in the street with any gangs or anything like that?
Well, I mean, you leave it to the gang unit, yes.
Right.
Leave it to the gang unit, yes. Am I a gangbanger? You know what I mean? Nah, but there was a point in time in my life where it was, where it was going back and forth. With, you know what I mean? I just fell into the culture of my neighborhood, and I just always looked at it like that's where I grew up at. That's where I'm from.
So that's what you represented.
Yeah, that's what I represented.
And is this Faiston Street?
Yeah. Faiston Street and the whole section, you know, it was just, that's how it always was.
Okay. So, when is the first time you'll say that you came off the porch? How old were you?
Off the porch, it was definitely that big T, white T, Jabot era. The big T's and the, like, so, 2000, like 99, yeah, 99 was like the first case. Yeah, so let's go by the record. First case was in 99, but I got real active like around 2000, 2001ish, like, yeah.
Okay. All right. And so, what led you to your first bid?
My first bid, we're not counting skid bids, talking about real bids.
Yeah, just being locked up, period.
I mean, it was juvie. I was introduced into Harvard Street.
So you did time in the juvenile system?
Oh yeah. My first one was a brawl inside the Cambridge Galleria. I remember that was crazy. And it gradually turned into. I think I was in a car with a firearm. It took about like 6 or 7 months to deal with that at the juvie level. And then it was that turned into an attempted murder, where unfortunately people were shot on a bus and down in Dudley. Yeah, and God
put my
life
first.
Yeah, God put my life on hold for a while after that. I was 16 when that happened.
And how much time did you end up getting?
I got screwed because of the way DYS was set up, but the adult sentence was 4 to 6, but by the time the 4 to 6 came, I already had 32 months in
a juvenile system.
Not even credited, and they put that time over my head, and this is where they had hit me. They gave me, as y'all know, in DYS, they gave me treatment time, and yeah, so it all added up to 32. It was like 32 months between juvie, and then got out, and then there was a violation, and then I had my introduction to Concord, Walpole, Shirley, blah blah blah. You know.
Okay. How long did you end up doing the state bid for?
I stayed up. I stayed up there for about. I got denied the first parole, so I stayed up there about like it was like right on the borderline of 4 years, like 3 years and like 8 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is that where you took the time to start developing your rap skill? Is that
what man, the rapping, they had me rapping at cookouts when I was like 8. I still remember my first rap. You know what I mean? That literally, that was just I like to say that now. Hip hop is my religion, man. Like that, I just grew up in that. You know what I mean? That Dog Pound, that Snoop Dogg, that era. You know what I mean? Like I just took an attraction to it. Plus, music runs in my blood. You know.
Okay. So you have a project out right now or coming out?
Exit Fame, exitfame.com. I have two projects that were released prior last year, but I got some serious stuff in the works. God is working. He's showing off right now. It's a real good time right now. He's showing off. It's a real good time.
So, what made you turn? Because obviously you were in the street and you weren't running with God then, were you?
Well, I got to keep it real. I didn't grow up in a messed up household. My father had drug addiction, but he was present. He came up in that 70s, 80s era where getting high off of things they was getting high off of was like the way kids smoke weed now. So he was functionally maintained. He was present in the home. Smooth Cadillac, always suits. Just, he did his 1-2. My mother, woman of God forever. I grew up in the church. You know what I mean? I grew up in the church, and I was a follower, bro. My brother died at a very young age. I was 5, he was 1. My brother died in a fire, and now when I look back, hindsight, I was reaching out for acceptance in the wrong places, and I found that on Faiston Street.
Okay. So when you was in prison,
right?
What was the hardest thing about that?
I'm gonna be another thing against the G code. I was in love with this chick, man. My hardest thing was just being away from your girl, and I was a phone bidder.
Okay. That happens.
Yeah,
it happens to a lot of us.
I think that was my most stressful stuff, man. I didn't go. Thank God, man. I didn't go through things like where you see some brothers lose their parents, or something happens to their kids, or deaths happen. I was fortunate enough for my 2 tours in the system that didn't happen for me. Mine was always with heartbreak and chasing behind a girl. That's just the real
Now,
deal.
other than playing with guns, did you also sell drugs when you were in the street?
Yes, sir. Yes. Yep. It's mad crazy, man. God had me in some opportunities of a lifetime. I was working at Boston University Medical Center, and my homie UC at the time, he brought me out to Lynn, and they showed me how to cook crack. And I had my brother, you know what I mean, I'm gonna leave names out. He always did his thing, and he just give me soft and all that kind of stuff. And finally took that up to Lynn and chefed it up. I quit my job like 2 days later.
Yeah, you seen that money. You said,
yeah, man. We was up and down the highways. We turned Lynn to Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, man. He was acting a fool. I came home from upstate, made my first daughter, and then got a taste of that lifestyle and that type of money. Yep, that was the era where they still had what was those things? Nextels.
Yep, the church.
Yeah. That was that era.
2 ways. Okay.
Yep.
Now, let's turn this conversation for a minute to something a little bit more serious that I learned happened when you were selling drugs. And the situation I'm talking about is, I believe you had a stash at one point in the house, and let us know what happened to that. And wait, before let me prep them a little bit more. Also, what I'm getting at is, this is kind of I guess you call it like a life-changing moment. Is that fair to say?
I think it was just another way that God was trying to get my attention.
Okay, so let them know what happened with the supply that you had in the house one time.
So yeah, man, that was that era where the Perk 30s was booming, and yeah, I was just trying to sell everything. I had the white, the hard, the Perk 30s, and everything, and I called myself being a pimp. It was a wild time, and like I mentioned previous, my father had addiction issues, and had I understood addiction to the level that I understand it now, would have never brought kind of stuff like that in my home. I was always anti-drug, and what ended up happening was, very long story, but the short version, I guess, had some stuff in the house. It was a Saturday morning, and my father crept into my stuff, man, and he ended up dying, man. Heart attack, probably from a mixture of the stuff, and I can get detailed with the story, but that was pretty much the unfortunate event that ended up happening.
So when that happened, which first of all, let me definitely say sorry about that situation. My condolences definitely to you and your family.
Yes, sir.
Was that it for you? Did you stop selling drugs after that, or
No.
what happened from there?
What happened from there? I folded. I did not process or grieve correctly, and everything that I was doing, the universe returned to me with karma, and I ended up being my best customer. Everything that I was selling, I started using.
So wait, a minute ago you said that you were against drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So was it the situation that happened with your father?
I became careless.
Okay.
I became very careless. I was hanging around a lot of people that used the strippers in the clubs. I remember my first sniff was down in Miami. Whatever it was, man, and I think I got into a brawl with the Hells Angels at the Squire, right? I got my jaw wired around this time too, and they gave me Roxaset. They gave me this stuff called Roxaset. And
Never heard, not familiar.
Oh, it's basically liquid Percocet at a high level. And I was drinking that, man, and they had me on like 6 refills, this big bottle. You know what I mean? People that was around me at that time after my father died, they would see it. And one day, I went to the pharmacy to get a refill, and it was done. And my jaw been healed, and I don't like. You can't ignore the science. I believe that using drugs is a spiritual thing going on, but you can't ignore the science part of it. And what ended up happening was, I opened my brain to certain dimensions. Yeah, I was open, as we would call it. I turned out, whatever you want to call it. And naturally, my body was seeking that. And I didn't even know what we call now. I was withdrawing. We say dope sick. I did not know that I was dope sick. Nose running and just, you know what I mean, driving and trying to act like that. And I don't know who gave me the idea to break that first perk 30 down. I don't remember who it was. And then I did that. And I actually didn't like it. And it was expensive. And I was selling dope. And I was with this chick one time up at Revere Beach. I remember that. And another thing I told you, I became careless. I didn't care about the chicks. I didn't care about anything. And I was bagging up without gloves and everything. So things was coming in my pores. And I remember that first sniff of dope I took, it was like nothing. It wasn't even like a pressured moment. I just went and did it. And I would pray that a lot of people don't have to experience that wonderful feeling, because it ruined my life. And it took me on a ride, man, for 7 years.
7 years?
7 years in hell.
So are you clean now, today?
Yeah, I'll have 2 years on August 3rd. I'll have 2 years.
Congratulations.
Yes,
That's major.
yes.
So battling with addiction, I mean, I know that must have been a crazy time for you.
Oh, God, yeah.
No, go on. Go
Yeah.
on.
I like to the whole process of what happens. I like to put it, the Beamer.
Well, first, hold on. Let me bring you back for a minute. I'm sorry to cut you off.
It's all good.
But so the addiction, I want to be clear. The addiction didn't start from your father's death. It started from the fight you had, and you on some liquid Percocet. Is that what you're saying?
I would say why I was abusing that liquid. I mean, the fight was the fight. I don't think that's what started it. I think
okay.
I found a remedy to deal with what I was dealing with
Okay,
the pain.
to take the pain away.
Because it wasn't just like, a lot of people lose people.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't their fault. Or they don't feel like it was their fault. Life happened. Mm-hmm. They have to gradually accept it and move forward.
Right.
Some processed it wrong. For me, I felt like I killed my father.
I get you.
I was walking around. People seen it. It was like, you know what I mean? It was.
That must be something, man. I can't even imagine that feeling. Man.
Yeah, and I dealt with that, and that guilt tore me up.
Okay.
I dealt with that.
So you were trying to numb yourself.
And then I had my
drugs.
mother in the house, and I felt like I took, you know what I mean? Still
Something
to this
away from
day,
her.
right now, my father's been dead since 2011. Still to this day, right now, my mother, from what I've seen, and my father's side of the bed is still there. You know what I mean? Like, that's they had that type of close bond, and that guilt ate me up, man. I felt like I destroyed something in my household.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're on the road of recovery, which is a beautiful thing.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
2 years almost, you said. That's good, because addiction is definitely hard.
One day at a time,
I get
but
that. I get that. Okay, so now talk to me about your transformation. Like, you're no longer into the streets. You're not repping Facein and
well, no, I'm not gangbanging at all.
Right.
I've had the wonderful opportunity to be influenced positively by men on both sides of the fence, man. Guys deep in Christianity, reverends, ministers, brothers like yourself that came from the streets, and I got dudes that stand-up dudes that real gangbangers, and then I've had people that inspired me, people like Nipsey, and there's people that, way more, you know what I mean, like people I listen to, and I just, no matter what, I'm from Facein Street. You know what I
Right.
mean? Am I out here looking for the ops, like we like to call them? Am I out here doing that? No. But I'm from where I'm from. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm proud to say that most people that become victims of the society are products of their environment. We reverse that, and I'm trying to be, you know what I mean? I bring the losers hope, and that's where I'm from. My family, we own property there and everything like that. So it's just where I'm from, man. But I'm not gangbanging no more.
Okay, that's what's up. So what would you tell a young exit fame?
But what if I could, like?
Yeah, so if you can go back to, telling your younger self, the things that you've already learned in life, what would you say to him?
I would, first thing, don't get high. Don't get high, don't get drunk. Stay sober-minded. And if, man, like what you can do so sharp, it's an amazing feeling now, to the point where I just stand on it proud, and you just see the results, you know what I mean? You see the results of what's happening, and you look at the formula to what created the result. I would be a fool to go back to that. So I would tell myself that, and I would tell myself, keep praying, man, because like I told you, God's showing off in my life right now for what He's doing, and
That's what's up. I like that a
stay
lot.
sober and pray. Yeah, I would tell myself that. Stay sober and pray, man.
Now, are you the type of rapper that can freestyle and write, or you just write?
No, I can. Nowadays, the way music has evolved, I think we've strayed away from off the top.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always been an ability of mine.
Really?
Yeah.
So you do know now, for you saying something like that, I'm gonna put you on the spot. So if that's the case, I mean, you could bless me, myself and the listeners with something. Are you able to do that?
Off the top, I can give you
Oh,
something.
you can
but
give
not
me
off
something.
the
It don't have to
top.
be off the top. You just give us something.
Yeah,
Say
man.
something.
Yeah. From Grove Hall to Dudley Street, the definition of struggle is all that I see. It's like we're trained in the army, be all you can be. But all I see is painted murals saying R.I.P. Damn, Rain was smacking the caddy window. His mom out there tricking for 20s below zero. But rap music raises the trappers was like heroes. I told him before you shoot it, think of jail, you don't care though. Whoa, I remember I was in that same spot. Cause for the hood in broad daylight, I let that thing pop. I seen the empty candles and bottles outside of Walgreens. Each street a cemetery. The war took a lot of dreams. I got the call that one of ours lost her mom, man. And before she lose it, I hold prayer and hold her palm, man. I pray she hold it together. We go through it together. This thing of ours, we can make it through the bad weather. And my little cousin fascinated with that gangbanging. He hated situation, so every night he out hanging. But I told him, once the cell shuts, yo, you can't leave. And all them clowns you hang around ain't sending canteen. Yeah, I see the smokers outside of Dewey, and I don't judge them or go to exploit them. It happened to me. I bang the Huey, give them cash, don't care if they smoke it. Cause when they see me, they see hope. I keep it going, yeah. Think it's sweet when you're seeing us. G code, don't post emotion on the media. Don't put no chick before the goal. The fire made me cold. I seen it all on Blue Hill Lab. I'll never sell my soul.
That's dope, bro. That's dope, man. Talk. Spit that fire right there.
Yeah.
I like it. You said a lot of real stuff in there too. All right, we're gonna have to check you out. Where can they follow you at, man?
ExitFame.com, Instagram, ExitFame. Everything's ExitFame. That's all you gotta put in it, man. I exit me to enter myself. You know?
Is that what that means? I like that.
Yeah, man. 24/7. Every time I see ExitFame, remember, stay in Eric, ego aside, stay focused, stay humble. You know?
Listen, man. Before I let you go, I always say in every segment, I let everybody know that I feel like the streets love no one, that the streets are fake. So what message would you tell the young brothers out there right now?
Wow. That's a very good opportunity. What I would tell the young brothers, like I tell my, make the goal a scholarship, man. Make your goal a scholarship. That's what I tell my daughter, and that's what I tell my young cousins. We're in a day and time right now where remote learning, you can take advantage of that and get nothing but straight A's, and them schools will pay for you to get there. Don't party. Don't worry about the partying, man. Suffer now, shine later. I would say that.
Okay. What about for those who are in gangbanging? What do you have to say to them?
Study the stories of the OGs. Study the stories of the OGs, and there's books. Monster Cody's book. I can imagine since now I'm not a
There's a lot of books.
There's a lot of books, but I guarantee you all those stories have stories of disloyalty. Know who you riding with, man, because you'll probably discover you don't know who you're riding with.
That's a fact. I appreciate that. Well, listen, man. Is there anything before I let you go that you want to touch on that we haven't, that you want to get out there?
No, man. You know, shout out Majestic, man. You know, shout out Gangsta Gone Legit. Shout out Donald Osa, good you, bro. Dope World, that's my team. That's the movement we got. People in the world overcoming obstacles. That's dope. It's turning into a good year, man. Just stay tuned. So much going on.
No, show that right there. Face.
Oh yeah, man. You already know. Hope for the hood, man.
You know you gotta get that now.
Gangsta Gone Legit. You already know.
You already. Peace.
That's it. That's it. That's it. One man's trash, the next man's trash. Go away, though. Oh, thank go over your head. Shannon, I love you. Yeah. Rest in peace, everybody that fell down. Now we go. Majestic, Dope World, Exit Fame. You know my section, you know my side. Get heavy.
Yeah, from Grove Hall to Dudley Street. The definition of struggle is all that I see. It's like we're trained in the army, be all you can be. But all I see is painted murals saying R.I.P. Damn, rain smacking the caddy window. His mom out there tricking for 20s below zero. Rap music raises, the trappers was like heroes. I told him before you shoot it, think of jail, he don't care though. Whoa. Remember I was in that same spot, but for the hood in broad daylight, I let that bang pop. Seen the empty candles and bottles outside of Walgreens. Each street a cemetery, the war took a lot of dreams. Got the call that one of ours lost her mom, man. Before she lose it, I hold prayer, hold her palm, man. Pray she hold it together, we go through it together. This thing evolves, we can make it through the bad weather. My little cousin fascinated with that gang banging. He hated situations, so every night he out hanging. Told him once the cell shuts, yo, you can't leave. And all them clowns you hang around, they send in canteen. Yeah, see the smokers outside of Dewey. And I don't judge my goal to exploit them, that happened to me. I bang the Huey, give them cash, don't care if they smoking. Cause when they see me, they see hope, I keep it going, yeah. Think it's sweet when you're seeing us. G code, don't post emotion on the media. Don't put no chick before the goal. The fire made me